Hello and welcome to the Internship Studio on AutoCAD Essentials. I am Prabhakaran, Autodesk Certified Associate. Today we are going to discuss about hatch and hatch related commands. Before going to the hatch command, let us discuss about some fundamentals. By seeing these three diagrams, let me know what is your idea, what is your thought. These three represents the three different material. This is the way we used to represent water, and this is a representation of wall. This is a representation of wood. Similar way, the hatch command going to represent a different materials. Okay. In general, in engineering graphics, we used to represent a material by providing different hatch patterns like this. Generally, we used to represent on sectional views. Wherever the materials are there, we used to represent by different hatch patterns like this within a confined area, or we can say within a closed boundaries. Okay, this is a simple example. Like this, we have a many different hatch patterns we have in our practice. So these are the different hatch patterns we are using in a commercial purpose as well as in industrial applications. Okay, so each hatch pattern represents what type of material it is. If it is a steel cast iron, it should be represented like this. If it is a white metal or zinc or lead, it should be represented like this. Glass material like this. Okay, the similar way wax, asbestos, and a similar way earth, concrete. So these are different hatch patterns. It is internationally recognized hatch patterns are called ANSI or ISO patterns. American National Standard Institute and International Organization for Standardization, they developed a globally acceptable hatch patterns for commercial as well as industrial applications. Okay, we're going to discuss those things only. In our AutoCAD, we can type hatch, or in short form, we can use BH to get the hatch command. Okay, so generally hatch command fills the different types of hatch pattern to represent a different types of materials. Okay, this can be a different materials or solid fill or different colors or mixture of colors called gradient fill. Okay, let us see in AutoCAD. Now I have a box and a circle. So between this box and circle, I have to apply the hatch. So B hatch. Once you give hatch command, it will ask pick internal points. Internal points means the points must be closed. So this is the internal points. Just click inside. You will get a default hatch patterns. Okay. Here you can go and choose what kind of hatch pattern you like. So these are the different types of buttons related to the hatch command. We will discuss one by one elaborately. Okay. To understand the hatch command completely, we need to get the hatch related dialog box. So how to get the hatch related dialog box? There is a system variable called HPDLG mode. Okay, let us see this now. The system variable asking us to enter the values 0 to some numbers. To get a hatch related dialog box, the system variable must be 1. Default, it will be 0. Okay, you see here, the system variable is 0 now. I'm going to give hatch command. I'm not getting any dialog box, just ribbon is changed. Now I'm going for settings. Once you choose the setting, hatch related dialog box will open. Okay. In another way, I'm going for system variable 1. Just to give hatch command, directly the dialog box will open. Okay. Right. Generally, there are three types of patterns are available. One is predefined, another one is user defined, and another one is custom. Predefined in the sense it is already defined in terms of ANSI, ISO and commercial purpose. It is given for us to use. Next is user defined. User is we are the user. Now we can define. So horizontal line, vertical line, spacing and cross lines we can define. Custom means we can write a program to create a hatch pattern and we can include those hatch patterns here. Okay, so customizing, it will be a separate part of the AutoCAD. Okay, now we will go for predefined. You can see the names here. So ANSI. So these are the global standards. So you can see by clicking this button, ANSI patterns, ISO patterns, and other commercial patterns are available. These are the ANSI patterns. Each pattern number represents the respective materials. ANSI 31 means iron, ANSI 32 means steel. So these are the international standards. Now I'm going to choose a or concrete. A or means architectural related hatch patterns we have. I'm going to choose A or concrete. I'm going to represent as a concrete. We can go for pick point or object selection. This is a boundary where you're going to apply. Okay, let me choose object selection. I'm choosing the rectangle. Okay, right. So it's just to see the preview. By seeing the preview, the hatch pattern is not fit to the object. What I need to do now, I want to adjust the scale. So now the scale value is 1. Okay, so I want to reduce the scale factor. Let me go for 0.5 and check little bit increased. Okay, so let me take 0.1, check the preview. Okay, next is hatch origin. Hatch origin, we have current origin or specified origin. Let me go for current origin. Pick points. I am applying the hatch inside this boundary. Okay, right. You see here. So the hatch is not started exactly from this corner. I want this hatch should start exactly from the left bottom corner. So what I have to do now, I have to redefine the origin. So go to this specified origin, click new origin. So this is my new origin. Okay. Now you can go for pick points, apply the hatch. You can see this. The hatch starts exactly where you given the origin. So like this, we can adjust the hatch patterns. I have multiple internal points. I'm going to apply the hatch. So you can choose any points. Just I'm going to choose the internal points. Okay. So let me check here. If you see the preview, only it is applied on the external. Okay. Why it is? So there is a default settings. You can go here. You can see outer. So that is why you are getting the hatch on the outer internal points. Okay. If you go for normal, what will happen? Alternative boundaries will get hatches. If you choose ignore, so it will ignore all the internal points and hatch will apply over all the boundaries. Let me choose normal. Okay. Let me see the preview. So what is happening now? So this circles considers as a boundaries. So I want to remove some origin. Let me go for current origin. Pick points. I am applying the hatch inside this boundary. Okay. Right. You see here. So the hatch is not started exactly from this corner. I want this hatch should start exactly from the left bottom corner. So what I have to do now, I have to redefine the origin. So go to this specified origin, click new origin. So this is my new origin. Okay. Now you can go for pick points, apply the hatch. You can see this. The hatch starts exactly where you given the origin. So like this, we can adjust the hatch patterns. I have multiple internal points. I'm going to apply the hatch. So you can choose any points. Just I'm going to choose the internal points. Okay. So let me check here. If you see the preview, only it is applied on the external. Okay. Why it is? So there is a default settings. You can go here. You can see outer. So that is why you are getting the hatch on the outer internal points. Okay. If you go for normal, what will happen? Alternative boundaries will get hatches. If you choose ignore, so it will ignore all the internal points and hatch will apply over all the boundaries. Let me choose normal. Okay. Let me see the preview. So what is happening now? So this circles considers as a boundaries. So I want to remove some boundaries. So you can go here, remove boundary. So I don't want to consider this circle as one boundary. Just click. It will be removed from the selection. So only rectangle, these small two circles are in selection. Okay. You can see the preview. According to that, the hatch will be get applied. View selection is nothing. So temporarily that dialog box will get closed. You can see the boundaries what you selected. Once you press the space bar, again you will get the dialog box. Okay. Right. Next is option associative. Default, we are doing the associative hatches only. What does it mean by associative hatch? If you adjust the boundary, you see here, I'm going to adjust the boundary. So what is happening? According to the boundary adjustment, so the hatch patterns also, it is applied between the internal points. Okay. Now I'm going to remove the associative. Let me change the different hatch pattern, pick points. This is not associative. Okay. If you adjust, what will happen? There is no associative between the objects and the hatch patterns. We should use associative only. Okay. Next option is annotative. This will help while you taking the printout of the diagram. We may take printout on A4 sheets or A3 sheets. According to the sheets, the hatch pattern will get enlarged or decrease if you apply using the annotative. Okay. Right. Next, inherit properties. Just we can apply the previous hatch pattern to the new boundaries. Okay. Right. Next is user defined. Now we can give the angle of the hatch lines. Okay. Scaling. If you go for double lines will come. We can see the previews here. Okay. Apply. So it is very dense. So we need to increase the scale. Let me go for 5. Preview. You can see the double lines. If you don't want double, you can remove and you can see the preview. Okay. Right. This is user defined. Next is gradient. Here we can use mono colors or different colors for the hatchings. Okay. Use one color or two colors. Choose the pattern. Apply. Okay. Next. Okay. Like this we can apply. Now based on our hatch command, I am going to apply these different hatch patterns. Let us see now. Now I am going for B hatch. Okay. Choosing the predefined and the pattern is steel. I'm going to apply first this left side. Okay. I'm applying the hatches. Similarly, I'm going for here. I'm going to see the preview. Let me see this. Inside the circle also it's coming. So I don't want to inside. So I want to choose outer only. Okay. It is right. Similar way. Now I'm going for another type of pattern. Concrete. Okay. Pick points inside. Applying. So I need to increase the pattern size. So go for the hatches. Okay. After applying the hatches, I am seeing that the hatch pattern is very dense. I want to increase the scale of this hatch pattern. What I do now? Just double click. You will get the same hatch scale what you applied before in the hatch ribbon. Okay. Just extend what you like. Okay. Okay. Right. Similarly, this is for your practice. This is end of session number 21. Next session, we are going to discuss about modify commands. Thank you.